And welcome back everybody, and today I have a Philips radio player. Model number is 1941, 1941, but made in 1939 if I remember correctly. Anyway, it's all in good nick. Case is excellent. Need new grill cloth, of course, that's not a problem. Couple of knobs on the side here. One looks like tone, feels like tone, the other one volume. And come on, no, it only goes so far. Oh, we'll sort that out. Let's have a look at the back. No cracks, no, and nice shine too. So this will polish up really well. The original cord is still in place. God, what a mess. What's that? Go away. Ugh. Don't think I'll be trusting this cord. It's frayed and the insulation is just deteriorated, so I'll cut that off. And what I've got, 1, 2, 3, 4 valves that I can see. A couple of tap cans behind the, what is it, 5x3. And okay, we've got the valve lineup, an EK2, an EBF2, an EL30, EL3G, and then 5x3, of course. Yeah, okay, I'm gonna get that out of the case, and we're gonna have a look underneath and, I don't know, see if it's been touched before. I finally got that out. 2 screws up there, 2 on each side and 2 down the bottom. Talk about secure. Oh, turn it up on the side, let's have a look. And, oh yeah, well, we can see immediately it's been gotten to. 22 microfarads. And I saw some cap cans earlier. Where are they? They'd be down here. Oh, God. Somewhere there. What's that? It's another 25 microfarad at 400 volts. And that's at 450. That's at 350. Another cap here that's been changed. And I'm just going to have to sort out. Anyway, what I'm going to do is, that's the antenna. I'm going to get rid of this old power cable here and put a temporary one in. And locate those bloody cap cans. And they should hopefully be out of circuit if they've been replaced. And I will look up the schematic. Well, the cap cans are right down the bottom here. And just see them? Right up there. And of course, everything's in the way. Well, one of them's definitely not in circuit. And the other one, from what I can tell, which is right there behind this crappy conkin, whatever it is, that looks like it's connected. So, no, it's not. No, it's just a yellow wire that's running past it. Okay, I'll find out what those original values are. Oh, in fact, actually, we can do it now. So one's a 16 and the other one's 16. So we've got 2 16s there. Okay, and they've replaced them with, what did I say? 22s. I'm guessing. Oh, okay, that, oh, I'm sorry, you can't see. There they are. Alright. Yeah, it's sort of floating around there. Fix that up. This one here, I thought it was 25 microfarad, but it's 0.25 electro. And that would be at, of course, 40 volts, but no, it's rated at 400. Okay, well, we'll check the schematic out. And anyway, I'll get the power cord changed up and I don't know, let's see if it works. I've got a new power cord in and I've had a look at the schematic and they're both, the schematic shows the filter caps to be 8 microfarads, but of course the cap cans themselves show up as 16s. So I'm torn sometimes between what the factory's done and what the schematic says, and normally I go by the schematic. However, I'm not sure about this one because I was looking at this and just by the look of it I thought it was an electrolytic, but it's not. And as I said, this is 0.25 microfarad and this has been soldered in because there's new solder on both ends. And I could not find a 0.25 in the schematic. So I checked up and I saw that that's the detector valve there, and there's only one capacitor going from the detector valve to earth, that's it, and it's actually a 0.1, not a 0.25. So I'm going to swap that out for a 0.1 anyway. I'll stick with the schematic on that one, but I will change these back to 16s. Now given these are reasonably new, I think they'll be okay. We'll find out. But what I want to do is this has got a field coil in it, so let's check it, and I should get a resistance level between the positives of both of those. That's normally what happens. That's how they're normally set up. Just bridges both positives. That's 1, that's 2, there. Let's see what resistance we get. I would think about, I don't know, 1500. Not getting anything, come on. Yeah, that's correct. Come on. Oh, man. Here we go. 1464. Fill coil's okay, and I'm going to assume that the speaker is okay. However, since, ouch, we'll plug the where is it? There. Plug the auto generator into those 2 points and see if we get any sort of sound out of it. Trying to hear something. Absolutely nothing. Would have thought that would work. Nah. Alright, I'm just going to assume at this point that the fill coil seems fine. Maybe the speaker's dead. Well, we'll soon find out. So let's put some power to it. But let's actually, let's just put some power to it. And I'm going to assume that the power transformer is okay. And for this one anyway. And where are we? So. Sorry, I just want to monitor the voltage on the main cap. So I'm just tracing the wire. The negative wire terminates there on the output valve, and on that pin on the cathode, of course, on the 5-way through. So we'll go to DC voltage. And you can see it there. Antenna's plugged in. Yeah. Alright, let's give it some power. Oh, the dial globe's lighting up. That's good. Current's coming through. Oh, voltage, DC. Well, that's good. I'm at 160 volts of mains at the moment. No short circuits. Everything's looking good. 200 volts. Give it a chance to warm up. Got something. It's not very loud, that's for sure. I wonder what causes that. Well, actually, if I increase the voltage up to the max and we get more volume, so that's cool. Pretty sure. Yeah. Cool. Cool. It works. It works. I didn't think it would, actually. For some reason, just had this gut feeling. I'm still not a lot of volume on it, that's for sure. So at this point, excuse me, I will, I'll swap out those the other waxies, and I will check the resistor, especially the grid resistor. Hey, why not do it now? And I did look at the schematic on that one, and I mean I can read the resistor itself, which is right there. So brown, black, yellow, that's 100k, and for, you know, what I call the grid resistor on the detector, gee, that's a high value. Normally they're about 50k. So we're getting nothing. 116k. That's not enough to kill the signal. And there's another one coming off it, going to the first IF can, and that's what, 50k. Okay, we get 36k. What's that other one underneath it? Brown. It's 150k. Are they in parallel? Yeah, they're in parallel. Yeah. So, all right. Well, I'll work that out. I'm, at the moment, trying to do numbers in my head, bit hard. But oh god, I'll change those out. As I said, I'll change that one for a 0.1 rather than a 0.25, and 1, 2, 3 caps. Poly has been put in there, and from what I can see, oh yeah, there's just one more cap down there, another 0.1. So I'll change those. That shouldn't take too long at all. But I will swap these out as well. Sorry, these two filter caps, and I'll put in 16s according to the cap cans. Okay, so update time. I've changed all the caps, and the radio's working, but the issue is that's full volume. So I'm not getting any static or minute. I can barely hear it between stations. So what I'm thinking at this point is either I've got a dodgy resistor, it's breaking down under load. Could be one of the could be the detector valve, the IF amplifier demodulator valve, could be the volume pot. So I've decided I'm going to check all the resistors. In fact, I might just swap them all out. The ones specifically like the grid resistor there, although that's 100k on the detector valve, and normally, you know, it's about 50, but the schematic says 100. So what I might do is like put an 80k in there and just see if that makes any difference. So I'm going to play around with that, and I'll just keep reporting back. Well, I'm back, and it's been about 5 days, and I've been I was struck down with the flu and yucky chest infection. So I've just come back and was looking at it, and I thought, well, I've changed everything I can change, and I can't test the valves. So I thought, speaker, and I pulled it out, and it's on, and here's what it sounds like.
We went into the profession. Yes, that's kind of a miracle. We also have social media, which is or should be a means by which journalists and media can talk to the audience and perhaps explain themselves. Now,
so that's pretty distorted. It's not very loud at all. What I'm going to do is, this shouldn't kill anything, I don't think, if I do it quickly. What's that one? Alright, let's just connect up my temporary speaker.
Worry about is that the best journalists seem to then retreat. Yes. Now, the
and that is absolutely wonderful.
It's going to have to be won or lost on social media.
And the volume came up, and
using social media as their main source of news.
Whoa. So that's great. So there's my problem. Oh yeah, the other issue of not picking up the stations properly. Well, I had my antenna connected, which is this jumper cable, and I just connected to a long bit of wire in the room here. Well, of course, that wasn't on, so that improved my signal a hell of a lot. So anyway, that's resolved. Excuse my arm. And what I'm going to do now is, oh yeah, I wanted to tell you this. Inside the speaker, you probably won't be able to see it, but it seems that the output transformer spewed all this black, brittle, gunky stuff, and it had gone into there, onto the cone, and you can see the hole in the cone there, and that's where that shit was stuck. And of course, it wasn't letting the cone actually move in and out, or the voice coil move in and out. I managed to get it off, but of course the sound is still ratty. So look, you know, I'm going to scrap the housing. I'm going to pull the field coil off, and the output transformer. That seems to be working fine. And I've got another speaker that will fit, and I will mount that all together and get it back in there, and then this sucker is done. So it's going to be interesting because it's not screwed in, field coil. There's some studs, and they've been squished in. Great, so a bit of work for me there. Anyway, I'll do that and come back when all that's done. Okay, so I've been busy, and I can't remember, I did this yesterday. I might be repeating myself here, but anyway, the field coil is, I extracted that from the speaker housing, and the new speaker is in, and it sounds great.
And I couldn't help but think about the comparison and the role that they'd played in responding to
lots of volume, nice resonance on it, it's great. So I am going to now work out where I'm going to put that field coil, and most likely probably around here. But anyway, I'll work on that. I'm just a bit busy today doing other things, but I'll get to it, and then I'll come back and I'll show you what I've done. It occurred to me that before I go any further in finishing up this radio, that might be worthwhile just to let you know what I've learnt about field coil speakers. And I must admit, when I first saw one, I thought, what the hell's this? I had no idea what they did. And, you know, part of my videos is not just to show you me putting radios, getting them going, but also to pass on knowledge that I've gained. Well, anyway, here's our field coil right there, as you can see, and let's just get it out. It sits around that metal core, and what it is before we had permanent magnet speakers, we had these, and around about, I don't know, 200 odd volts is running through that coil and creates an electromagnetic field which magnetizes the core, and of course the voice coil is sitting inside there, and boom 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 boom, it'll start working, of course in conjunction with the output transformer. And of course the voice coil does one other thing. It's a choke, and it bridges the two filter caps, so it smooths it out and eliminates any hum. So here's something I've just drawn up. Let me get a pen. And so here's a speaker with the field coil and our output transformer there, 5x3, and an output valve, depending, rate 5x3, but whatever it is, and whatever your output valve is. So the field coil, it's got two wires, one wire on either side. It's just a long bit of wire wrapped around something. I don't know if it's wrapped around metal or what, but essentially it's sitting there, and the current, from the cathode is connected to the first filter cap. So there's our voltage running into the first filter cap, and it also runs through there and feeds that as well, in a sense. I hope this is making sense. Anyway, so there are the first two wires for the field coil, and does its job, energise, gets its energy to create a magnetic field there, or magnetise the core, and lets the speaker work. Output transformer, always got two wires, and one of the wires is going to go, and it needs power, so I'm going to grab that one, and it's also connected down to the cathode. Usually, in 99% of cases I've seen, it is. And of course the other wire goes to the grid of your output valve. So that's it, 4 wires coming out, two from the coil, 2 from the output transformer. In the case of this little radio, you would think, okay, I've got 2 wires here, 2 wires down on my coil, that's 4 wires, I should have 4 wires to attach to. Well, in fact, in this case you don't, because there's no need. As you can see, one of the wires from the output transformer, the one supplying voltage to make this little sucker work, it's coming off the same line as the cathode. So in fact, what we've got in this particular radio is just one wire coming out, and it's essentially been split into two wires coming off that, and one was going to the field coil, and the other one to the output tranny. So anyway, that's my very, very simple and brief explanation on a field coil, and essentially how it works, and I think they all work in this particular way. As to how they're wired up, I've seen a few variations. I can't explain them to you because it's been too long ago. But I just wanted to try and at least give you an idea as to what these things do, or how they work. And of course, this is for you guys that maybe have never had to deal with the field coil. I was lucky in this case; it was just the speaker, the voice coil, etc., that was buggered, and the field coil was actually fine. In other cases, your field coil has failed. So what do? You've got to find, oh, by the way, these field coils generally have a resistance value of 1500 ohms, generally. So if you look it up, there's one train of thought from the guys in the UK. What you do, get yourself some resistors, heavy duty 5-watt, 10-watt resistors, and make up a 1500 ohm load, and essentially just put it between those two, your two filter caps. and then up the value of your filter caps. And one guy said, oh look, you know, if you've got a 24 microfarad cap, bring it up to 90 microfarad. That's adding a hell of a lot of capacitance. Apparently does something, increases B+, I'm not sure. Ken mentioned it to me, but I can't remember exactly what he said. The other solution is actually, Don from Don's old radio shed, he used an old power transformer, he used the secondary side of it, and didn't come up to 1500 ohm, but he supplemented that with some ceramic wire wound resistors. He said there was still a little bit of hum there, but acceptable. And the other thing is, I don't know, you could make a field coil. I'm going to investigate that. And after all, it's just simply one long wire wrapped round, and as long as it adds up to 1500 ohms of resistance, it should do the job. It should. But anyway, I'm going to leave it at that. I'll post, I'll tack down below the link to Don's video, just so you can see what he's done. And I think he did a great job on that one. But anyway, thought I'd pass this on to you guys. I know, very, very simple, and I'm still sort of coming to grips with the whole thing myself. But hey, I like to pass on the information I get. Anyway, I'll continue on with this radio. Okay, so I had a thought. Before I put the field coil, now it's a choke, back into the frame, or the chassis, sorry, I thought to myself, well, wait a minute, do I need to keep it in the housing, or can I leave it as it is? And it'd certainly be a lot easier to fit that in somewhere like that, less footprint on with that small size. And I'm thinking, you know, should it stay in the housing, should it not? I don't know. I did ask, sent a message off to Ken. Ken wasn't 100% sure, but he suggested test it first outside, outside the housing, and check it for heat. Now, I've done a test on it, and I'll just show you. Get this, I think, as long as you can see it, there you can, as to how much voltage is going through. So I'm just going to earth my black probe on the chassis, and we see that 275 volts there. And what have we got there? 220, so voltage drop is around about 50 volts. So that's the input. That's it's over 200 volts going into it, and I'm thinking, well, you know, that's going to generate a bit of heat, and I've had the radio on for about 5-10 minutes so far, and it's a little bit warm, but at least it's not hot. But I think I'm going to err on the side of caution on this one, given that that coil has been inside this housing for, what, 83 years. I'm going to leave that on there. I'm going to put it back in there and mount it probably there, so it'll stick out a little bit, but hey, no big deal. There's no backboard on this radio. So that was just something that occurred to me, and I'm going to leave this go for another 10 minutes or so, and I'm just feeling it, and yeah, it's not warm, and look, she works fine.
The cleaning fee dispute between myself and the landlord, so I took it to VCAT.
There's no difference actually in performance, whether that's outside the housing or inside. But anyway, so I'm going to opt for that leaving it back in there, as I said. So again, I'll just leave this for a while, and then I'll mount it. We're just about done on this radio. And here we are. So the field coil, I almost forgot what it was called. I've installed it, and all I've done is I've just used 2-pack epoxy to glue it down right there and also at the back there. And it's wired up correctly, And let's turn the bloody thing on, and just so you can hear it. Come on, come on. Hope it works. Here it comes.
You can hear it when you can read it and laugh really, really hard about it. Yeah, but it's not, we're not trying to influence how you respond to what's happening.
Diff. He's doing 25 years in China. Yeah, he's a serious operator. Russia, yet to that deal and some.
Part of my hand. So let's just turn that off. So she's working like a treat. And what else have I done? A new power cord. And I've also, powers off. I feel comfortable in grabbing it by the chassis by both hands. Otherwise, I wouldn't do it. I think you can see it. What was that? So yeah, new speaker cloth, which looks really, really nice. And what's that little? That's nothing. So this radio is done. However, one more little thing. I've here we go. I've added an MP3 switch. I think you can see it there. The input plug and the switch itself. And this is one of those radios where it just doesn't have the oomph to amplify the MP3. I'm just going to grab my phone and we'll turn it back on again. Let's just plug my phone into it and we'll play some something. Here we go.
On the line, third generation egg farmer, Vice President of Victorian Farmers.
So, switch it to MP3. No, I don't want to watch that. Don't want to get those copyright Nazis on me. Anyway, that's playing now. Turn the volume right up. That's it. That's all I get out of it. Full volume. And my phone is on full volume. So, as you can hear, when I switch it back to radio, it booms out. And what I'm going to do is I'll finish the video up here. Turn this off. And I'm going to... I've had a request to show this. I'm going to put a preamp into the circuit there that feeds the from the input to the switch. So I'll put a little preamp between that, and I'll have to take it all out. But anyway, next video I'll show you the preamp I use, the ones I can easily get here in Australia, and I'm sure there are others around the world there that'll do the same sort of job. But anyway. I've enjoyed doing this radio and I'm really pleased that it works so well, and hopefully in the next video we'll get that MP3 thumping. So anyway, thanks for watching guys, and I will be back very, very soon.
So long, Joe. I'll be dropping you a card.
Cal, get off right away. This whole thing smells to high heaven. Cal, I'm begging you, don't go.